Making headlines, Vice President attends the second Global Dialogue for Happiness in Dubai. MNDF expresses concern on the misinformation being circulated in the media regarding an alleged request for foreign military assistance and intervention. Maldivian ambassador to Saudi Arabia states that news and information spread regarding the current political situation of Maldives are not factually correct. And Maldivian ambassador calls on India to increase the prominence in the development of Maldives than China.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome you all to PSM News in English. I'm Zihunat Hassan here with the news in details. Vice President of Maldives Abdullah Jihad attends the second Global Dialogue for Happiness in Dubai. The event consisted of keynote addresses and knowledge sharing among government officials, industry experts and eminent people to find ways to increase global happiness through technology and sustainable approaches. The key themes for this year's Global Dialogue for Happiness are education, innovation, artificial intelligence, economics, sustainability and development at the intersection of governance and global happiness. The World Government Summit 2018 is a global platform dedicated to shaping the future of governments worldwide. Each year, the summit sets the agenda for the next generation of governments with the focus on how they can harness innovation and technology to solve universal challenges facing humanity. The World Government Summit is a knowledge exchange platform at the interaction between governments, futurism, technology and innovation. It functions as a thought leadership platform and networking hubs for policymakers, experts and pioneers in human development. Vice President Abdullah Jihad travelled to Dubai on the invitation of the government of UAE. Progressive Party of Maldives PPM holds a mass rally to show unwavering support to President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom. The rally held in all parts of the Maldives saw supporters driving on motorbikes and pickups declaring support for the ruling party. The event in Male area took place in Hulumale Central Park, where parliamentarians, cabinet ministers and supporters of President Yamin participated and expressed support. The supporters lauded the president for his patience and calmness in this critical time for the country. In this regard, supporters expressed that no chance will be given for opposition to undermine the government and thanked the president for his efforts to uphold the constitution. Government officials joined parliamentarians in assuring the acts of opposition to undermine the security and peace of the country were unsuccessful and stated that it did not result in changes to services rendered to tourists or public. Furthermore, the supporters applauded the development projects initiated by the administration and cited that President Yamin has made living standards better for the citizens. Minister of Housing and Infrastructure Dr. Muhammad Muiz states that citizens will not believe the fabricated information delivered by opposition. At a press briefing held by Progressive Party of Maldives PPM, Housing Minister Muiz said that the opposition wants the presidency at any cost for their benefit. The Housing Minister noted that there are no plans of the opposition to develop the country. Speaking at the press, Deputy Leader of PPM Abdul Rahim Abdullah said that the opposition coalition will split and disperse soon. He indicated Jamhuri Party will marginalize itself from the opposition coalition. Progressive Party of Maldives PPM strongly condemns former President Mohammad Nasheed's accusation against border and security agencies irrational, irresponsible and inaccurate. A press statement issued by PPM described the allegations of Nasheed as ludicrous. Responding to accusations on Times of India that militants returning to the country from the Middle East have embedded themselves in strategic places with the Maldivian military, police, customs and immigrations, PPM dismissed the claims, saying the security agencies and border patrol organizations work closely with international partners. PPM further highlighted that the Maldivian defense institutions are among the most professional and highly trained in the region. PPM reiterated that Maldives is a champion of moderate Islam and globally continues to maintain zero tolerance for extremism, expressing the current administration has taken important steps to root out attempts at spreading extremist ideas among the youth through the National Counter-Terrorism Center and other related authorities. Mentioning that Nasheed has not returned to Maldives in over 2 years, PPM welcomed international partners to visit the Maldives to ascertain facts related to political developments in an attempt to avoid misconceptions arising from the opposition. Maldives National Defense Force MNDF expresses concern on the misinformation being circulated in the media regarding an alleged request by the administration for foreign military assistance and intervention. MNDF emphasized the administration of President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom has not requested any foreign country for military assistance or intervention in Maldives with regards to the ongoing events in the country. In addition, MNDF called upon all parties concerned to respect the Maldivian sovereignty and rule of law as per the Maldivian constitution. MNDF further called to give due regard to the capability of Maldives to resolve its own internal affairs. Earlier, MNDF has called to refrain from spreading baseless rumors which defame the military forces. In a press statement, MNDF said, with state of emergency declared on February 5th, various false accusations have been made against individual officers of the institution. In this regard, MNDF called to refrain from spreading such rumors, as such unproven accusations tarnish the image and ignites fear and hatred against the institution. MNDF reiterated its commitment to serve the nation with unity. The ambassador of Maldives to Saudi Arabia, Abdullah Hamid, states that news and information spread regarding the current political situation of Maldives are not factually correct. In an interview with Arab News, the Maldivian ambassador with regret noted that almost all reports about the situation are not factually correct and exclaimed that few seems to be checking the reality of the situation in Maldives. The ambassador to Saudi Arabia reassured that there is no reason to worry as Maldives is experiencing a situation which is normal, where all citizens and visitors are going about their normal daily routine. Ambassador Abdullah Hamid told the Saudi Arabian newspaper that Maldivian government has not imposed a curfew in place and noted that judicial proceedings are continuing without any disruption. Highlighting that many countries across the world have increased internal security in recent years in response to domestic concerns, the ambassador of Maldivian government should not be taken negatively. Ambassador Hamid expressed that freedom of movement and speech remained and there was no risk to tourists arriving in Maldives. Noting the state of emergency has no effect on tourist resorts, Ambassador Hamid cited that it is an internal governance matter that has no implications for foreign visitors. The ambassador said that state of emergency was declared by the Maldivian government after consulting the National Security Council over measures to guarantee the safety and security of citizens and foreign visitors. In 2017, 21,944 Saudi Arabians visited Maldives, which is a 39.5% increase compared to the previous year. Saudi Airlines flies to the Maldives twice a week from both Riyadh and Jeddah. Ambassador of Maldives to India, Ahmad Mohammed, calls on India to increase the prominence in the development of Maldives than China. Answering a question posed on the increasing prominence of Chinese developmental projects in Maldives, the ambassador said India also has the fair and equal chance to invest and participate in the development efforts of Maldives. Expressing that India has been one of the closest neighboring nations, Ambassador Ahmad Mohammed said it is high time for India to invest in the development of Maldives. Speaking to an Indian newspaper, the ambassador cited that Maldives regards India as the closest partner in diplomacy, tradition and history. Furthermore, Ambassador Ahmad Mohammed emphasized that India was the first nation for envoys to be proposed to visit to brief the current situation of Maldives with the declaration of state of emergency, but expressed regret on India's reply. He concluded by emphasizing the government would not allow foreign powers to handle the internal matters of the nation. Ambassador of Maldives to Sri Lanka, Mohammad Hussein Sharif, states that President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom is committed to uphold the independence and sovereignty of the nation. Speaking on Maldives Today TV program aired on PSM News, the ambassador said the attempted coup by the opposition involved the fine detailed plans and deep-rooted corruption.
Speaking on Maldives Today TV program aired on PSM News, Ambassador of Maldives to Sri Lanka, Mohammad Hussein Sharif, stated that Maldives is not a micro-state and the country is a fully-fledged independent nation for the past 52 years. In this regard, Ambassador Mohammad Hussein Sharif reiterated the commitment of President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom to uphold the independence and sovereignty of the nation. The Maldivian ambassador said President Yamin would not give up the freedom of the nation for foreign influences to bring their allies to power. The ambassador highlighted in 2012, when President Mohammad Nasheed was in power, the oppositional alliance never called on foreign nations to invade Maldives. In this regard, Ambassador Mohammad Hussein Sharif said such gunboat diplomacy would not work in the 21st century.
He has a history of inviting undue foreign pressure or undue foreign involvement in our domestic affairs, which is not across the board. We've never done that and we never will, because anyone with the best interest of the country at heart will not tread those lines or overstep the boundaries. We won't for sure, but he would gladly do it. He's done it before, he's doing it again, and he probably will continue to do that.
Highlighting on the attempted coup by the opposition, Ambassador Mohammad Hussein Sharif said it involved fine detailed plans and deep-rooted corruption. In this regard, Mohammad Hussein Sharif revealed that the coup was planned for a time when President Yamin has scheduled to travel abroad, but President Yamin was swift in taking actions to foil the plot.
Only did they plan that he would not be in the country, he would have probably been in the air, flying at that point, which would incapacitate his ability as a president to take immediate decisions. So this was designed in that, to that detail, that finer detail. But as luck would have it, and the grace of God, it didn't work out, and it was, the president was here, and we were able to take swift action to de-escalate or to foil the plot.
Shedding light on the efforts of the administration to curb corruption, Ambassador Mohammad Hussein Sharif cited that Maldives has a history of deep-rooted corruption in the parliament and the judicial system. The ambassador highlighted the influence of business tycoons and prominent political personalities make it difficult to tackle the corruption. However, he stated that President Yamin has been successful in bringing such personnel to justice despite opposition from within the country and abroad.
Finland International School reveals plans to open an educational institution in Maldives. According to an agreement signed, Finland International School is expected to develop an existing educational institution in Maldives under its concepts. The company is also contracted to construct an educational institution and manage it as part of its international franchise.
An agreement was signed by the director of Finland International School, Rika Heisi, and Managing Director of EduConnect, Ahmad Adli Rashid, which would enable the first international brand to be established in Maldives. Finland International School would develop an existing educational institution in Maldives under its concept by January next year. In addition, the company is contracted to construct an educational institution in Hulmale and manage it as a part of its international franchise by 2020. Briefing the media after signing the agreement, Managing Director of Edu Connect Ahmed Adli Rashid said the concept and the curriculum followed by the educational institutions managed by the Finland International School would have different and modern approach but would benefit the young minds. Adli said subjects such as Divehi, Islam and Arabic would be included in the curriculum. Addressing the press, Director of Finland International School Rika Heisi said educational institutions would be developed and managed in a way it would not lose the true Maldivian essence as it plays a crucial role in its concept. In this regard, Rika Heisi revealed that special training programs would be conducted to local teachers to qualify them to the standards of Finland International School.
With the current conversion process that we have already started with our experts here, we will continue during 2018 with the aim of starting the school with this new approach in January 2019. So during this year, we will work on the conversion of the school, focusing on the curriculum development and also the learning environment development, looking at these issues, and then at the same time providing professional development support for the teachers. So the Finnish experts and teachers will be working together side by side with the teachers already during this year, and then we will continue that process in 2019 onwards after we start.
An agreement was also signed by Managing Director of Housing Development Corporation HDC Mohammed Simon and Chairman of Islanders Education Abdul Rashid to lease and for the construction of the new educational institution of Finland International School in Hulumale.
Ministry of Youth and Sports concludes another edition of Youth Challenge with a record number of visitors. Our journalist Ismail Azim has more on this in the next report.
Youth empowerment is one of the prime focuses of the administration of President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Qayyum, and the Youth Challenge, which is organized every year by the administration, is a mega event organized for this cause. This is a Youth Challenge which is organized with over 80 participants, is in a grander scale. Now let's have an insight of this Youth Challenge. Youth Challenge, which was initiated by the Ministry of Youth and Sports, has come a long way, with major advancements and increase of number of exhibitors participating in the event. Youth Challenge aims to bring together a cross-section of youth from diverse backgrounds, with employers looking to hire a youthful workforce. The event is also aimed at creating awareness among youth about the prospects employers have by providing information about career-building opportunities from different sectors in Maldives. According to the organizers, this year the expo has received a rave response from the public with participation of a record number of visitors and had stalls established by 88 exhibitors to showcase the promising opportunities provided for the youth. The exhibitors were from various sectors including tourism, education, media and arts. The exhibitors expressed that Youth Challenge has been a successful endeavor by providing a platform to showcase opportunities for Maldivian youth.
So from the Ministry of Tourism, we provide from this stall the skills training and employment program, which is a 6 to 9 months training program.
We provide vocational courses for the youth of the Maldives. More vocational fields include electrician, IT technician, and so on.
Currently, we're looking for trainees and some students who finish their GCOS and who can really start their professional career with us, actually.
We are providing a lot of job opportunities to all our young generation. And these job opportunities are not only limited to Maldives.
We have come up with 3 different programs targeted specifically for Maldivian women, and we are here to give more information to the general public and to the youth and to women in general about these programs.
According to information provided by organizers, Youth Challenge 2018 provided about 800 job opportunities with additional 100 internship opportunities.
The festival has been really good. It's really informative and everybody is getting a chance to know about things, awareness, like it's increasing awareness, so I think it's really good opportunity for youth. So yeah, I'm really happy with this.
I have gotten lots of opportunities and this all is very interesting.
There are a lot of places that I never knew existed. I got to see that the youth of Maldives is actually quite creative and that was a lot of places that was really interesting.
This is actually a really great opportunity because otherwise artists like us would not have a chance to show off what we have. In Maldives artists, there are many amazing artists, but they don't have the opportunity to come and show what they have.
The platform brought together newly developed service providers such as Dharmawanta Hospital and Treetop Hospital, and valued service providers such as Public Service Media and various resorts. Youth Challenge 2018 has concluded on a high note with participation of over 5,000 visitors. The Youth Challenge this year has given the opportunity for the youth to get to know about the opportunities from various industries in Maldives. This year's Youth Challenge host has also given the opportunity for the youth to showcase their talents. From Darubaruge Convention Center, Ismail Azim, PSM News.
Japan warns that its companies would have to leave Britain if trade barriers after Brexit made them unprofitable.
Thank you very much.
Japanese firms have spent more than $56 billion in Britain, encouraged by successive governments since Margaret Thatcher, promising them a business-friendly base from which to trade across the continent. But after Prime Minister Theresa May and several of her top ministers met bosses from 19 Japanese businesses, including Nissan, SoftBank and Bank Nomura, Japanese ambassador to Britain issued an unusually blunt warning on the risks of trade barriers.
If there is no profitability of continuing operation in UK, not Japanese only, no private company can continue operation. So it's as simple as that, and this is all high stakes that I think all of us need to keep in mind.
World's third largest economy, Japan has expressed unusually strong public concerns about the impact of Brexit on the United Kingdom, the second most important destination for Japanese investment after the United States. In a warning after the shock of 2016 Brexit vote, Japan expressed fears about a cliff edge that could disrupt trade when Britain formally leaves the bloc in March 2019. Major corporations have sought a 2-year transition period, which they hope will ease Britain into its new relationship with the bloc. Both London and Brussels hope to agree a transition deal lasting until the end of 2020, in which Britain would remain in the single market and be bound by all European Union laws. May and her ministers assured Japanese businesses of the importance of maintaining free and frictionless trade after Brexit during the meeting, but said nothing firm on the matter, a source familiar with the discussions told Reuters.
Israeli forces destroy ammunition leftovers at the crash site of an Israeli F-16 warplane that was hit by a Syrian missile.
The controlled explosion took a few bystanders by surprise as they ducked for cover in front of an Israeli Channel 2 news camera. Earlier on Saturday, Israel launched its most intensive airstrikes yet against Iranian forces in Syria after intercepting what it said was an Iranian drone and the downing of an Israeli F-16 warplane. The incidents marked the most serious confrontations in Syria between Israel and Iranian-backed forces that have established a major foothold in the country while fighting in support of President Bashar al-Assad in a nearly 7-year-old civil war. Both Israel and Syria signaled they were not seeking wider conflict, even as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rushed to military headquarters in Tel Aviv for consultations, and the pro-Assad alliance pledged a strong response to any Israeli terrorist action.
In sports, 6 years after Egypt's worst football disaster, supporters of Al-Masri's Sporting Club sports side have finally been allowed to re-enter the local stadium.
Security was heightened as hundreds of fans flocked to the stadium wearing the green colors of Al Masry and chanting for their side. Only 10,000 fans were sold tickets to attend the CAF Confederations Cup game against Zambian side Green Buffaloes. Fans of the local club were banned from attending games after a stadium riot in February 2012 saw more than 70 dead. The football stadium deaths came at the end of a match between Cairo's Al Ahly and Al Masry and have been a flashpoint for protests across Egypt. Many of the dead were crushed when panicked fans tried to escape from the port-side stadium after a post-match pitch invasion by supporters of the local side Al Masry. Others fell or were thrown from terraces. The teams in the port-side incident are long-time rivals. Witnesses said the rioting broke out after Cairo fans unfurled banners insulting the local team, which had won the match 3-1. Since then, Egypt has curbed the number of people allowed to attend matches and supporters have often tried to storm stadiums they are banned from entering. One fan called for the authorities to increase the number of fans allowed inside the stadium, saying the limited number of tickets was fueling the black market. In 2017, Egypt's senior court upheld death sentences for 10 men for their part in the violence.
While promoting the Black Panther film in London, Daniel Kaluuya and his co-stars sways on who they would want to win an Oscar. Let's have a look.
Daniel Kaluuya is nominated for the Best Actor at this year's Academy Awards for his role in racial thriller Get Out, and he has also been shortlisted for the BAFTA EE Rising Star Award. In Black Panther, Kaluuya shares the screen with Andy Serkis, Chadwick Boseman and Oscar-winning actress Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh man, I hope Daniel takes it home. He had an incredible run this year and he's an extremely talented actor, and yeah, I'm definitely rooting for him.
The Rising Star winner will be announced at the EE BAFTA Awards February 18th in London, and the Academy Awards take place in Hollywood on March 4th, 2018.
With that, we conclude the news for this evening. Thanks for joining.